Hey guys, Clint Coons here, and hey, it's Casual Thursday. But anyways, in this video, we are going to talk about, does your land trust need to file a tax return? Okay, let's get started. All right, I get this question all the time about land trusts. There's somehow this perception that if you create a land trust, it needs to file a tax return. I don't know if it's coming from CPAs or from other investors, but a land trust is a grantor trust, and it's going to be ignored for federal tax purposes. So when you set up your land trust to take title to a piece of property, you're not even getting an EIN for it. We're not obtaining anything for this land trust. You draft your trust agreement, you're going to have a trustee over here, which could be you, which, I mean, is a bad thing to do if you're looking for anonymity. So a lot of people may choose to use a Wyoming LLC as the trustee of their land trust. And then you're going to be the beneficiary of this land trust as well. Now, why are we setting it up this way where you're the beneficiary of your land trust? So that when you transfer your real estate into the trust, you're not going to get hit with a transfer tax. I was just dealing with a client today before I started cutting this video who's from Wisconsin. We were discussing how do we get his rental property into a limited liability company for asset protection. And I explained to him, I said, we can't move it directly in because you're going to get taxed on that transfer. Wisconsin does not have an exemption to their transfer tax for property going into the LLC, only coming out of the LLC. And go figure that. Why did they do that? I don't know. But there's other states that have similar laws. So in order to gain asset protection, many times we use this strategy here where we take it from your name, put it into a land trust, and then we have your LLC set up over here. So we will assign that land trust beneficial interest to that limited liability company. But initially you have to be listed as that beneficiary. So to the tax aspect of this, the land trust is disregarded. It's ignored. If you wanted to set up a bank account for this land trust, there's a couple of ways you could do it. When you go into the bank, you could actually use the beneficiary social security number, or you can obtain an EIN for your trust. And if you get an EIN for your trust, then it's going to point to the beneficiary, which is going to be you. So again, the IRS is going to expect to see that this asset shows up on your 1040, or that is, the bank account is all flowing down to you, because that is an EIN that you obtain for the trust that you're using to open up your account. Now, most of us are not going to open up bank accounts for our land trust. If we're using this type of structure here, where we're the initial beneficiary and then we assign our interest over to our LLC, the LLC is the one that's going to have the bank account. The LLC is going to have the EIN number. So the LLC, as you know, may or may not have to file a tax return. If it's a disregarded entity, okay, I've talked about this many times, disregarded LLC does not have to file a return. It's completely ignored. So if that's a disregarded LLC, presumably that's flowing down here to a Wyoming limited liability company right down there. And that's where you're going to be down here as the member of this Wyoming LLC. Now, typically this Wyoming limited liability company is going to be treated as a partnership for federal tax purposes. I like to use partnerships. I've got plenty of videos on this type of structure. So when the question comes up, does my land trust file a tax return? The answer to that is a big fat no. That thing doesn't file a return. The LLC that owns it, if you set it up this way, is not going to file a return. The only one that's filing a return is your Wyoming LLC. If it's set up as a partnership, it's going to file a 1065. Some people set it up as disregarded, and that doesn't mean, then nothing files a return except for you and your 1040. So you could take this up here, multiply it by 10 of these things all coming down into here, and you're only filing one return. So the land trust, typically, it's not going to file a return. Don't worry about tax returns for your land trust. It's the LLC that's the ultimate beneficiary. If it's set up as a partnership, corporation, C Corp or S Corp, that's where the return's going to get filed. Hey guys, if you liked the video, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to the video as well so you get updates on my latest content as I release it. Take care.